Welcome back. Our first guest tonight is an iconic actor you know from his work in films like Mrs. Doubtfire, The Thomas Crown Affair, Mamma Mia, and of course as James Bond. He stars in The Thursday Murder Club, which begins streaming on Netflix August 28th. Let's take a look.
Let's do this now. There you go. Stay strong.
Let's not live on our knees, Ron.
I agree, Elizabeth.
We will never surrender.
Thank you, John. Thank you for coming, both of you. Oh, look at you guys. Well done, lads.
Bernard recycled an old slogan. Mine's original.
Well, listen now. No argy-bargy between the two of you, okay? Solidarity rules today. Top man, Liz. Top man. Joyce, what are you doing? Bringing a coffee machine. This isn't a village fete. This is serious business.
Yes, of course, but good coffee means we can protest longer.
Oh, such a wise woman.
Please welcome back to the show our good friend Pierce Brosnan, everybody.
Thank you. I'm doing well.
I'm so happy to have you back. You look very dapper. I mean, well, fits the bill, you know.
Dapper is as dapper does.
Yeah, there you go.
So?
This is about a group of people based on a book, a group of people in a retirement community who get down to the business of solving some murders.
That is it in a nutshell, really. Written by Richard Osman. These are beautiful books. If you've never read them, they're great, beautiful reads.
Beautiful reads. The one thing the books don't have is this cast. And let me tell you, these are some of my all-time favorites right here. I mean, you got Helen Mirren, you got Ben Kingsley, Naomi Ake. I mean, this is a great group.
That's right, Celia Emery. And we had a beautiful time last summer making this movie. There's 5 books. This is the first one, Thursday Murder Club. And these mature people in a retirement home, which is very kind of bucolic, idyllic, and they solve cold cases. They don't do jigsaw puzzles or archery or anything like that. Well, you know, Dame Helen, she plays ex-MI6. Joyce, Celia Emery, she's an ex-nurse. And Sir Ben, he plays a retired psychiatrist. I'm a union leader.
There you go.
And so...
It's a good group.
It's a good quartet.
And now, it's interesting because I kind of know the timeline of how shows get made. And so this is coming out now. One of my favorite shows of the past year, you and Helen were in Mobland together. So my assumption is that you had done Mobland first, and then you did this, but that's not actually how it worked.
No, we did this first. Yeah, we did this last summer, and then my agent, who happens also to be Helen's agent, Fred Spector, Rick Kurtzman, and, you know, they said, Guy Ritchie wants you to do this gangster. There's 5 episodes. I read it. I said yes. I really liked it. And then Helen said, if you're doing it, I'll do it.
Really nice.
So that's
it doesn't usually work that easily.
Not really, no.
You guys are having so much fun in this show. I am guessing. It is so much fun to watch. You are if you're solving murders in this one, you are coming up with murders to solve, and you are on the other side of the coin in this one.
It's always good to be an unexpected surprise.
Yeah.
I guess one keeps showing up like a bad penny.
I also, I know you're Irish,
yes.
And yet, you know, I think for most of your work we don't hear the Irish accent, but in this one, I mean, it's on full display.
It is on full display. Hold on, let me have a sip.
Yeah, please.
It is. Well, you know, when I read it, it was South London, North London gangsters, and that's where I was going with it. And Helen said, what, North London, South London? I said, yeah, we're going to do a South London accent. But prior to that, I'd spoken to Guy Ritchie, and I'd never met the man or spoken to him before. He said, listen, I started talking about my character, Conrad. He said, don't worry about it. We'll sort it out on the day. 15 minutes. Put it out of your mind.
Didn't want to talk to you. Didn't want to do any, pre-work.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Yeah.
And I said, really, let's clarify that, 15 minutes, and put it out of my mind. And of course, I didn't. I worried about it.
Sure.
Then, you know, about 5 weeks later, I was on the set, very first day. Tom Hardy, the great Tom Hardy, 3-page.
Yeah, really good, really good.
You know, and first days are nerve-wracking. I mean, any day can be nerve-wracking, quite frankly. And he said, Guy Ritchie said, well, just go more Irish, more Irish. Now, my Irish accent is so diminished and, you know, so I called my good friend up, who's a dialect coach, and I said, give me a Kerry accent. My old man, Tom Brosnan, was from Kerry. Never knew him, but that's another story. Anyway, there you go, I got this Kerry accent. The dialect coach said, check this guy out. He's an Irish politician.
And are you doing this sort of in the 15 minutes before you're starting? Is it like
Yes.
just like rolling? You're getting
No.
the Kerry accent?
Yeah, we did a walk and talk scene.
That's great.
And got the costume, and Tom is there, all intense and brilliant, and you know. And Richie just said, "No, more Irish, just go mad."
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
It's so much fun to watch.
I just threw myself
So much fun to
into
watch.
it.
And it's nice
you.
that he at least gave you an accent that you could. I mean, if he was like on the day, like 15 minutes out, he's like, "You're from Orlando." Like that would have been. That would have been a drag.
Yeah,
and the
wouldn't be
show would be
sitting-
worse.
And we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah, we wouldn't be
talking
sitting here
about
talking
so-
about it. I would be like,
No.
they'd be like, "Do you want to book Pierce?" I'm like, "That show where he plays a guy from Florida?" No, thank you.
But it's a great.
No, thank you.
Okay. Anyway, it's a great cast. All
Also, though,
outstanding.
you did the first time I saw you, which was your first time on screen. We've talked about Long Good Friday, one of my favorite movies of all time. Helen's in it. You're in it. You were not on scene together, on film together. But you, the last scene, you didn't have any lines. It was just you and Bob Hoskins in a car. It's one of my favorite ending scenes in a movie. And then I realized I heard your second movie. You also had a great co-star and also didn't have any lines.
No lines.
Yeah.
No. There you
This
go.
was you and Elizabeth Taylor. What was this scene like?
So one week, you know, I was just out of drama school. I'd been in the West End, and then I was out of work, and then I got a job. It was the Long Good Friday one week, and then the next week was with Elizabeth Taylor, called The Mirror Cracked.
Yeah.
And it's an Agatha Christie. It was directed by Guy Hamilton, who directed James Bond, Sean Connery movies, and oh yeah, it was. I had one day on the film, and I got up. And I like to be punctual. I'm sitting on the train station platform, and I look, and my late wife, God bless her, comes running down saying, "You're late. You're late. You're late. The clocks have gone forward."
Oh no!
Oh yes. Oh my God.
Your second gig, you got daylight savings?
Anyway, that was it. I got
They're
to
like, he's really good with accents. He's really bad with time.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, that's it. That was my.
Not bad. I have a lot more to ask you. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Welcome back to Late Night. We're here with Pierce Brosnan. We talked about your early non-speaking roles, but then eventually people were like, we got to let this guy talk more. Mm-hmm. When did you come to the States and try to make it work here?
I came to America in '82. I had done a mini-series called The Manions of America. It was about the Irish potato famine and
Comedy?
dark comedy. And yeah, so anyway, my late wife, Cassie, God bless her again, she said, you know, you got to go to America. She just done a James Bond movie, For Your Eyes Only. We'd bought a house. And she said, no, you got to go. You have to go. This is very important. Anyway, she found a way of doing it, and we took out a second mortgage on the central heating and hopped on Freddie Laker. There was a fellow called Freddie Laker. He had cheap flights. You bring your own sandwiches.
The airline was called Freddie Lake?
It was Freddie Laker Airlines.
Oh, that doesn't sound safe.
Well, there you go.
You don't want a nickname in the title of an airline. I'd be worried if it was called Fred Lake, but I'm like, Freddie?
Freddie Laker. Well, Freddie did a good job for me. I went
and then you landed and did you go to New York or LA?
No, I went to Los Angeles and I had the mini-series under my belt, so to speak. And I for 2 weeks, I went round and I met everyone, and I got Remington Steele.
That quickly?
It was that quick. It was that quick. Thank you.
Wow.
It was that quick. Literally, it was, you know, I went to see them at the beginning of the 2 weeks, and I saw them at the end. They said, would you be prepared to come out here? I said, of course.
That's amazing.
And
so when you flew back to London, I'm guessing it wasn't on Freddie Laker.
No, it was on Freddie Laker.
Oh, you did? Look at you. You saved your money. You were like, this might not be forever. This is just a pilot.
This is it. That's the way I
But
live.
that was 5 years, Remington Steele. That was a big deal.
It was actually 4 years and 6 episodes.
Okay, gotcha. So it maybe wasn't like going full steam ahead there at the end?
Well, no, it was. It had steam in it. It's just that, well, they cancelled the show after the 4th season, and then they offered me James Bond, which was, you know... thank you.
That certainly, I would imagine that softens the blow of a show getting canceled.
Well, it did, but I couldn't get out of the contract.
Oh!
Yeah, that's it. That's the story.
I
That's
see.
the legend. So, you know, the fans protested outside of NBC, don't steal, Remington Steele, our Bond.
Okay,
you know,
gotcha.
they wanted me, but they had NBC, they had 60 days, MTM, Mary Tyler Moore, they had 60 days in which to resell the show should it be canceled. And during those 60 days, I did the wardrobe fitting, I had the The Living Daylights, the script right beside the bed.
Oh my God.
Day 59, all is good, we're okay. Cubby Broccoli, he said, look, you can have them for 6 episodes, but no more than 6 episodes. Day 59, day 60, we're in Malibu in the Colony, 6 o'clock in the evening, bottle of Cristal champagne, phone rings. Hello, hi. Oh, they wanted the option of 22.
Really?
Cubby said, that's it, all bets are off. And that was it.
Unbelievable.
Timothy Dalton was in the next week.
So you had to wait for your time because of that.
I didn't wait, I got on with my life.
Yeah,
I just went to work. I had
That's
a
amazing.
family,
And I
so-
hope you understand that just
Yeah.
from a contractual situation, I do take NBC's side in this story. And I do feel like you were being unreasonable.
Okay, it's all right.
So what was it? So what was the wait then? From then, was it about 7 or 8 years later?
6 years.
Yeah. All right.
Tim
Well,
went off,
it
and
paid
Tim
off.
was a great Bond.
It paid off. He was a great Bond, but you were a great Bond, and I feel like you showed up just at the right time.
Yeah.
You're also an artist, my friend. Look at these.
I do. These are lino cuts. I've been
Lino
doing
cuts. So this is you cut into wood? Is that what you're doing?
Lino, linoleum that you have on the
gotcha.
floor.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
No,
use
this
wood.
is not linoleum, sir.
No, this is
No, actually, it
NBC.
might be. I've never looked. I think it's
Really?
definitely
There you
linoleum.
go. Anyway, this is something I've been, I left school at 16 with nothing but a cardboard folder of drawings and paintings and tried to be an artist, a commercial artist. So I ended up being an actor, but the art still stays with me, and these are prints that I make.
That's fantastic. Also, I was very lucky backstage. Met your son, Dylan.
Thank you. Yes, Dylan.
And Dylan, you guys are in the early stages of maybe making a documentary about your life with your son.
We are in the early stages of it, yes. I mean, people have said the memoirs, and I should write something, but it's so laborious. And Dylan works with a great documentary filmmaker, Tom Zimney. So Tom has already, both of them have made a 12-minute film about my art. And then we thought, let's maybe extemporize on that and talk story about life.
It's really lovely. He seemed lovely, and it must just be, as a parent, I can't imagine anything nicer than collaborating with a child.
Oh, completely so.
Yeah.
He's been my wingman this last week, and we go to London to do, Thursday Murder Club and
That's fantastic.
release it there in Leicester Square. So, no,
Well, I am
joy.
just so happy to have you back. Your stories are always fantastic. Thank you. So you should do that memoir. You should do the memoir.
I should.
Here's Conlon, everybody. The Thursday Murder Club begins streaming on Netflix August 28th. We'll be right back with Sophie Turner.